Hi, this is Amir Anzur from Pakistan Software Export Board. We run Tech Destination Pakistan, where we encourage companies and entrepreneurs to invest in Pakistan. And one of the success stories of Pakistan is Yasir Aleem, who is based in Faisalabad, and he's managed to grow a company from 0 employees effectively to over 100 employees. And we'll hear about his journey on how he went about starting his company, what his tips for sales are, what his tips for leadership are, and what to do in terms of building a services company. But he also sells icons, those little things that you see on those screens or those phones, and we'll understand how he built up a product company as well. So Yasser, thanks for being on. So tell us about how you got started in your company. What's your background? How did you become an entrepreneur?
Thank you very much, Amir. And thanks for the overview and all the details. Basically, I started off, we established our company in 2016, and we are a digital transformation company. And our first business was to develop the icons and UI UX design. And I feel proud when I say, like, okay, we are, the globally second largest portfolio company with more than a million digital stock assets. And our assets are probably being used in every mobile app because we are the globally number two, and overall we will be more than 45%, the share we have into the market for stocks. Digital stuff, which is icons, illustrations, 3D animations, and all that stuff. So that is one vertical, and we started from there back in 2016. So the other vertical we have, that is our professional services, and under professional services umbrella, we do data analytics, systems integrations, and data science and AI stuff, and we are providing our services to Fortune 500 companies. And I feel proud again when I say, like, during difficult times for our clients, uh, in COVID, in 2023 financial kind of crunch, we were able to contribute value to our clients, and such kind of consistency turned us from 0 to 100 people company, and at the same time, in 9 years or 10 years journey, we achieved ISO certifications and Microsoft certification. We are Microsoft Gold partner company, by the way. So that's all about my company. And your question was related to from where we started off. So it was not easy to switch from the job into an entrepreneur, but to have an idea, like, okay, whether the model where we are going to make investments, uh, will we have the recurring revenue or non-recurring revenue stream? How good is the revenue stream? So in the beginning, we started off with one employee, which turned into 15 employees within 6 months window or 4 months window. And the model at Icon business was like, okay, we are generating the digital content, and digital content is getting sold online marketplaces where people are purchasing the content, and you are getting the revenue stream. So that was the journey for the Icons business, and obviously we are the largest portfolio.
So
So
explain what an icon is. An icon, is that the emoticon, like that smiley face that you put in? Is that an icon
that
or icon? What is an icon?
Icon is like when you are using any mobile device, when mobile application, there are illustrations, there are emojis, there are line icons on your websites. There are buttons, and buttons have certain shapes, like the heart symbol. Uh, some some graphical content is providing some kind of animation. So all that kind of stuff, that is what we do or develop. The stuff I was talking about.
And so you have a team of graphic designers that day in, day out, create those emoticons and those graphics.
That's right. And those icons of those assets are being used into PowerPoint presentations. They get used into the web applications. They get used into the mobile application development, and illustrations and all that kind of stuff get used into, uh, game development. Studios use such kind of stuff for their development. That's all. That is the business. One of the vertical where Bricklay is engaged in.
So is that like I can buy those emoticons in like iStock Photo or some of these
That's right.
marketplaces?
Yeah, like iconfinder.com, shutterstock.com, freepik.com, iconscout.com, everywhere. There are 25, the websites or marketplaces where our content is published. And the great news is our vision for 2025 is to have our own marketplace. You know, so we will be selling our content on our own marketplace, and at the same time inviting other contributors to use or leverage our marketplace to sell their content.
Okay, amazing. So you built up a product company. Well, actually, even not just a product company, but a digital asset company. And you're probably one of the few people that I know that have done that. And it's been almost a decade that you're into this business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are 50 people team, which is dedicated to really, developing these digital assets, the stocks, images and all that stuff. And you can imagine if I'm saying, okay, we have, 1.5 million unique designs, our own portfolio. It's a big number, and it didn't happen over the night, but it took years. So I feel proud about when it comes to say, okay, this is a Pakistan-based asset volumes globally we have. That is the percentage of the share.
Wow. And what made you think about getting into this business? Did you work with some clients that were doing it, or were you just saw it as a growth area?
Yeah, it was interesting. It's an interesting question, by the way. We started off with a proof of concept, and in the beginning, we developed some content in the very beginning. Let's say it was we spent around $50, and we earned $500 within 2 months window. And that particular ROI actually gave us a motivation, like, okay, why not to increase the magnitude? Why not to increase, or expand the scale? So with that, we started off, and it remained all the time the competitive. But the thing is, and we made, we moved within 2 years, like 40 people or 50 people team. And our team size is pretty consistent from 3 to 4 years. Like we have to expand more and to uh, contribute more value for, for our people, then we need bigger market. So that is why I had mentioned earlier, like we are working on to develop our own market. So once we have there, it will give us more challenges and more opportunities for our people to share.
Wow. So then you grew the company from from yourselves to over 100 people. And I've seen you bought your own building, or you rented your own building that accommodates these people. It's top of the state of the line building, which it's
Yeah.
got all the amenities and really great facility in Faisalabad. How did you tell me about that journey from going from to over 100 people?
Thank you. When we were in the business, obviously, we started off from one very small office, and the vision was like to have some facility which is purposefully designed for IT businesses, not only for the icons business, but also the professional services, a facility where the foreign clients could visit, where our people feel comfortable and enjoy their work. So with that vision, uh, we uh, we developed our campus, which is about 2 canal, or it's a 20,000 square feet cover area with all the amenities like badminton courts, the the prayer areas, the meeting and conferences, and everything is there. It is one of the state of the art, campus. I love it. And this particular campus being designed to entertain, 200 to 250 engineers, massive growth in coming years for sure.
Okay, great. And just talk to me about how do you hire people? What's your strategy for hiring people in your company?
Uh, our first priority is honestly speaking, we gauge the attitude. Attitude comes first. That is the first priority, and then the academics and technical skills comes later down the road. So attitude matters a lot. And number two, the academics and what kind of the school the graduate is coming from, and obviously there is a complete comprehensive SOPs and processes are defined for filtration for an engineer. But for an instance, let me tell you, when we onboard anybody, it is not about like all the good score and students we will be onboarding, no, but it will be a mixed kind of breed. What we feel like, okay, we from our experience, we feel like they are a good fit. And once we onboard an engineer, there is NHDP program we have designed, and we have predefined, the trainings, the exams and exercises, and there is a 3 to 6 months worth of training which we provide at the same time when an engineer is with us or starts his career. And this particular uh, the mechanism we have, because we are in Faisalabad, so Faisalabad has I mean limited kind of resources. It's a small market, but this investment into our business is a social welfare as well, because eventually if we are training certain engineers, they are serving us, and if they are leading to other companies or other better opportunities, eventually they are serving to the nation, so that is how it is. And uh, basically there should be the processes, and we have well defined processes, for all the technical skills uh, uh, and non-technical skills. When it comes to non-technical, the conflict management, the communication skills, and a lot.
And what skills do you think are important for graduates or people in university to pick up if they want to join a company like yours?
They should be very clear, and a graduate should be very clear if graduate is interested in to go uh, either with web application development, mobile application development, or game development, whatever the track a student has to select, they should select that track around fourth semester or fifth semester. And after that, they should closely collaborate with some industry experts to provide the guidance, so that when they are graduating, they are not seeking for the job, but they already have, the hands-on experience kind of stuff. Let's say when I say hands-on experience, I'm talking about, let's say, 6 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 score. If they have such kind of, knowledge or skills at the time of graduation, I can guarantee like they will get a job, and it will be, the best thing they will be doing. And it will be a great service to the industry, because uh, whenever a fresh graduate hiring comes into the picture for a software company, uh, it takes 6 months, 4 months, or 10 months to train an engineer. But if a graduate is mature enough and there is a career counseling happening, or he is consulting, so it will be just awesome. Like he's graduated, these are the 10 companies which are doing, let's say, game development or business intelligence stuff, and they will 100% hire respective graduate,
And do you think that a lot of the talent that comes out of cities like Faisalabad, do they end up immigrating to Karachi, Islamabad, Lahore, the bigger cities, or are you able to keep talent in Faisalabad and with their families?
Very tricky question. Okay. So, When I started off, basically I belong to Faisalabad, so I was traveling in and out to Lahore versus Faisalabad, and at that time, about 20 years ago, there was no opportunity in Faisalabad. So that is the background, and that is why I thought, okay, there should be some quality workplace where uh, which could serve to the community. So that was the vision behind it. And in my case, there was no opportunity. But today, if I say like Brickley is providing kind of competitive salary, even better salary than Lahore-based companies or Islamabad-based companies, because the thing is, like, if the package is not good or you are not taking care for your resource, obviously they're gonna switch, right? So, and whatever the package or the benefits, Lahore based or Islamabad based or any company in Pakistan is providing, Brickley is competitive there, just so let you know. And yes, it is critical to retain your talented people. And I feel very proud when I say like we have some, not some, few people who started, who were part of our journey, and they are still with us from 8 years, 9 years. And we really value for them for their services and their commitment towards and the important thing is if a company is not taking care uh, for their team members, eventually they cannot grow because it's the people who bring the company from level 1 to level 10. It's not the building, it's not the infrastructure, it's nothing. It's the people who owns the company, who runs the company, who makes your clients happy and satisfied. So that is the important for your people.
And
So that's all.
what would you say? Why would someone pick Pakistan as an outsourcing destination? You've had clients from Europe, from North America, from around the world. What would you say? Why should they pick Pakistan to work with?
What I can say, like Pakistan-based companies, I'm talking about generally the industry, which is Pakistan-based. What I observed, they are kind of very black and white in terms of communication. Like, okay, if I'm in an IT expo or some meeting some client, I'm very clear. Like, okay, this is my skill set, and this is the capacity, and this is what I can deliver. I'm not going to over-promise anything. And what I observe internationally, like there are companies which overcommit, and whatever the client is asking, they're gonna say, yeah, yeah, we will deliver it, we have tons of resources, etc. So in case of Pakistan, I personally feel we as a nation very transparent and honest. And in case of, if I speak myself, like the one of my clients, which is top three in facility manage, they provide the facility management services. They are top three in United States. So the client came to me and they said, okay, can you do this small exercise? And I said, yeah, we can do it. And how much is the price? You will be laughing at me maybe. In the beginning, it was just $200. That is what we made. And the client was saying, okay, you know what? Did you really took 30 minutes to solve it? I said, yeah, this is what it is. So he said, okay, and let me give you more work. From there, like as an example, if I say, from $200, the journey started off. And it's been 5 years. We are, uh, serving to that particular client, and that client visited us in Pakistan when we moved into the new building, and he said, I traveled here just to say you thank you very much what you did for us in COVID era. And uh, and I'm here to tell you, you are one of, or your company is one of our strong pillar. There are, the journey started off from 2 hours work, and now we are on an average serving them about 800 hours a month. So that is the volume, and it's all about care, honesty, and transparency. That is where I personally believe. And the other thing is, what's the value being a company? you are contributing to your client's world, So if there is no value, there is no business. So that's all. That is what I believe, and that is typically all other companies in Pakistan does that. There are very big names, we know, and obviously, if they are in the market, they are following certain values. So that is why they are into the market. There are 2,000 people companies. There are 5,000 people companies. So that's all. Yeah, it's
And
very honest market.
and what was your client's impression of visiting Pakistan when he did do that?
Uh, Actually, yeah, interesting question. I mean, originally when he thought about to travel, his leadership team, very hesitant, like you shouldn't be going there, and that kind of feedback and he said, no, 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 I know where I'm going, and I know the people and the team, and I'm going there to say you thank you very much, guys, whatever you did for me, etc. So once he was here, we were in Lahore. He enjoyed really the life, and in his mind, it was like a deserty country, not that kind of infrastructure standpoint of view, kind of rich. Like if I speak about Pakistan's infrastructure, fiber optic is at home. Every home has a fiber optic connection. We have 5G, 4G internet services, and he was surprised about how good we as a nation are English speaker, or all the billboards, all like he mentioned, like I'm exactly understanding where I am at and what kind of shop is in front of me, because everywhere there is English symbols and everything, and people are very easily able to speak English. So he was comfortable, and his way of thinking was absolutely changed after the first visit. And he loudly spoke about the hospitality he saw in Pakistan.
So what tips would you have for someone that wanted to get clients from North America or Europe?
Uh, can you come again? I'm sorry, I didn't
What
hear.
tips would you have for someone that wanted to get clients from North America or Europe?
Uh, okay. I would say, practically speaking, the word of mouth plays a critical role. Like if you have served one of the client, and your client is speaking for you, so this is very important, and it serves the 95% of the work. And we have received the referential businesses, like our client referred another client because of the work and the transparency and everything. The other thing is, like, oh, okay, because we are pitching a client which is sitting oceans away, so we should keep investing on our company in terms of to get certified by ISO certifications, let's say 9001 and 27,000, which is information security compliance certificate, and I Bricklay has both of the certifications. And at the same time, to do the partnership with Microsoft as a vendor and AWS as a vendor, or other vendors, so to cross sell your service, such kind of stuff. So that is what we did in our case, and that is what will be my recommendation.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. And what tips do you have for entrepreneurs that want to start out and do their business and grow into something like you've done?
I would suggest, like, entrepreneurship is great. It's a very fancy buzzword, but before going that far, you need to do the feasibility study, and you need to see, like, how's the revenue funnel is there. Because what we've observed, like, a lot of startups came in, all the stuff came in, but the thing is, like, if you are burning your cash every day and it's a negative cash flow, you cannot survive, and it's going to impact your health on negative side. So business model clarity should come first, step number one. And once you have the business model clear, then you need to set up your team, and you need to make right investments on your people in terms of trainings, in terms of retention, in terms of to to motivate them and to bridge their, to establish a group thing. Like, okay, this is corporate's objective in 2 years, 6 months, and that is where we will be. And this is your share, this is my share, and you are part of the journey rather than a salary. So that is where I firmly believe, like, being an entrepreneur, if you have good quality people, make them your business partners.
Okay, great. And what tips do you have for leadership? Um, like you've led a team up to 100 people. What is your leadership style, and how can you grow a team better and coach them and train them?
Uh, Again, very interesting question. A leader is basically, supposed to work on every single function of the company. And being an IT company, it is more like people centric and people focused. And being a leader, you should exactly know what are the real challenges for your customers and what are the challenges being experienced by your team members. What kind of the traits you have in your team side. When I say at team side, uh, it's a mix and match. You will have sometimes sharp shooters, and sometimes you have, ordinary people, and it's an art to blend them together so that they could deliver a successful project. And at the client side, it's all about care. When I say care, care comes for client and also your team members. So when it's client, technically it's client's business. And if your client is crying in the corner, or because if you are uh, closely working or watching the financials or their data review and all that stuff, you should proactively making some proposals so that his business stays safe and all that stuff. So that kind of stuff you should follow. And when it comes to, like I was speaking, the care. Number two, the trainings to equip to muscle building for your team, your company. Muscle building is about one component is training, other component is the certifications, other component is your infrastructure, other component. I mean, it's whole lot where you have to focus and where you have to work. It's not a low hanging fruit, or it's absolutely not.
Okay,
So
excellent, excellent. Yasir Aleem, thank you very much for your time. Where can people get in touch with you or Bricklay?
uh, hello at bricklay.com is the email address. So they can reach out to us anytime.
Perfect, Yasser. Thank you very much for your time. This has been Yasser Aleem, of co-founder and CEO of Bricklay, with Amir Anzur from the Pakistan Software Export Board, uh, for the Tech Destination Pakistan podcast. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your time, Amit.